The intergalactic royal mating tournament was a spectacle unlike anything in the known universe. Across 10,000 species, the most powerful, cunning, and virile beings had spent centuries vying for Queen Silvara the Undying's favor. Champions with muscles harder than neutron stars, seducers who could charm a comet into changing its orbit, and one particularly persistent gas-based entity, all had tried. None had succeeded. And now, at the end of a millennium-long search, the momentous announcement had finally come. The entire galactic empire held its breath. The name echoed across the stars. Cole, a confused human engineer, mid-sip of his lukewarm space coffee, blinked at the holographic projection of a royal herald floating before him. Sorry, what? The entire cosmic arena erupted in chaos. Cries of outrage shook the domed Colosseum. A 7-foot-tall warlord with tusks made of compressed diamond roared. I once wrestled a cosmic leviathan into submission. And she picks this? A tentacle poet from the etheric nebula wailed. I wrote her a love sonnet so powerful, it altered the gravitational pull of my homeworld. A being made entirely of energy sighed. I became a supernova in her honor. And yet, the queen only had eyes for Cole. The human, scratching the back of his head, looked around in growing panic. There had to be a mistake. He wasn't even supposed to be here. He had been hired for a simple maintenance job, something about a power relay overheating in the queen's palace. All he had done was hand her a screwdriver. Now, she was gazing at him like he was the last stake in the universe. Silvara, draped in shimmering crimson silks woven from the light of dying stars, stepped forward, her glowing golden eyes locking onto his. No one, she purred, has ever made me feel what you did, Cole. His heart nearly stopped. Ma'am, I think there's been a misunderstanding. The crowd gasped. 1,000 alien dignitaries clutched their pearls. Well, those that had pearls. One glistening insectid gasped so hard his mandibles unhinged. The royal herald stepped forward with a ceremonial flourish. By her decree, Queen Silvara has chosen the human Cole as her eternal mate. The contest is now concluded. All challengers must now withdraw, or be executed. The Colosseum went dead silent. A lumbering reptilian prince took a single step forward, massive claws twitching. I refuse to accept this. His spiked tail smashed into the ground, cracking the polished obsidian beneath them. I demand to know, what technique did this human use? All eyes turned to Cole. He opened his mouth. Closed it. Thought about the only logical response to all this. I literally just handed her a tool. Silvara smiled in blissful satisfaction. The crowd lost its mind. He must be a master of stimulation. He knows how to use his hands. The legends were true. Humans are special. Cole, horrified, held up his hands. No, that's not what. Silvara ran delicate fingers over her glistening ceremonial armlets. The firm yet gentle touch, she murmured. The precise motion. The subtle rotation. She shivered. No one has ever restored me that way before. Cole choked. Ma'am, it was a wrench. And yet it moved me. The priestess of the eternal flame gasped. He's a fixer. The title spread like wildfire. The fixer. The fixer. The Colosseum exploded into cheers. Cole was 1 second away from having an actual stroke. Meanwhile, across the galaxy, entire civilizations were collapsing into existential crises. On the war-ridden planet Dream X9, a mighty 3-headed general wept into his chalice of blood wine. I conquered 7 systems for her. I lost an eye in her name. And this human won with a casual wrist movement? A tentacle-covered prince slammed his fist into a holographic screen. I spent 2 centuries perfecting the ancient art of sensory pheromones. And he just twisted something in front of her. Back at the Colosseum, a towering warrior clad in celestial armor stomped forward, the ground quaking beneath his feet. His swords glowed with cosmic fire. I demand a rematch. Silvara turned her gaze to Cole. My love, shall I execute them for doubting you? Cole made an audible wheeze. No! No, let's not do that! Silvara sighed but relented. Very well. She turned to the warlord. You wish to challenge him? The warrior nodded grimly. I will endure whatever trials are necessary. If the human truly deserves you, he will prove it in. Silvara tilted her head. No need. He has already won the trial of restoration. Cole froze. I did what now? The sacred trial. The art of fixing what is broken. She gestured toward him. His mastery of balance, his legendary precision, his ability to handle delicate instruments. Cole buried his face in his hands. For the last time, it was just a damn wrench. Silvara's lips parted slightly. And yet, her voice dropped into a sultry whisper. You used it so well. The crowd burst into wild applause. Cole was officially doomed. The uproar across the galaxy hadn't settled. The news that a mere human had won the coveted favor of Queen Silvara the Undying sent shockwaves through every empire, kingdom, and federation. Entire species were in mourning, countless warlords questioning their entire existence. Yet here stood Cole, the so-called fixer, hopelessly confused, stuck in the middle of a diplomatic meltdown. I swear, you're all reading way too much into this, he muttered, rubbing his temple. Silvara stepped closer, her radiant aura pulsating softly. Do not be modest, my chosen one. Your hands, your technique. Her golden eyes burned with something primal. It is no wonder the others failed me. Cole's soul left his body. Oh no. A deep, rumbling voice boomed across the arena. I refuse to accept this. One of the greatest champions stepped forward, a monolithic titan with skin forged from crystallized nebula dust. His voice alone sent shockwaves rippling across the Colosseum. And no human could be superior, he bellowed. I demand a test of endurance. Cole's eye twitched. Oh great. Yeah, sure. I love endurance tests. Sounds fun. Silvara sighed dramatically. Must we waste time proving what is already obvious? The Titan growled. We shall see how long the human can last against us. Cole choked on his own breath. Okay. That sounds wildly inappropriate. Silvara smiled. I accept these terms. The entire Colosseum shook with approval. A massive countdown display hovered above them, shimmering with celestial light. The contest began. Cole stood there, blinking, while his alien competitors immediately burst into full-on displays of dominance. One wrestled a plasma beast, another sprinted across a gravity-defying obstacle course, and one simply exploded into flames for dramatic effect. Cole, meanwhile, just existed. 5 minutes in, the first warrior collapsed. By the 20-minute mark, half the contestants had dropped, clutching their chests. An hour later, the once mighty titans lay sprawled across the ground, wheezing. One groaned. I can't feel my legs. Cole? Still standing. He checked his watch. So, are we done here? I'm missing my lunch break. The remaining competitors gawked at him like he just ascended into godhood. The galactic priestess trembled. His endurance, it is limitless. Silvara let out a breathy laugh. Oh, I already knew that. Cole had never wanted to die more. The judges deliberated in a frenzy. They analyzed the footage, recalculated the biometric data, checked for any hidden augments. Their verdict? The human wasn't just superior. He had shattered every known endurance record. Asterisk asterisk impossible, asterisk asterisk. One scientist whispered, staring at his screen. His body, it continues to function despite exhaustion? Cole frowned. I mean, yeah. I had some coffee. The crowd gasped. What is this coffee he speaks of? A noble gasped. Is it an enhancement drug? A warrior's voice cracked with fear. He's using unknown chemical warfare against us. Silvara chuckled, her eyes full of admiration. No. It is simply another proof of human superiority. Cole pinched the bridge of his nose. It's just caffeine, man. A high-ranking scholar trembled. And yet, he remains awake after all this time? The Colosseum erupted in reverence. The human never rests. He defies fatigue itself. He can go all night. Cole nearly keeled over. Silvara ran a finger along his arm, tracing a slow, appreciative line. Tell me, my chosen, how much endurance do you truly have? Cole's soul left his body. Again, asterisk asterisk. For the love of God, stop saying things like that. The official announcer lifted a golden staff. The human is victorious. All others must yield. The last remaining challenger staggered forward. His legs wobbled. And no! I can still. He collapsed face first onto the ground. Silvara smiled. I believe that concludes the challenge. The galaxy collectively lost its mind. The galactic court was in disarray. The strongest warriors, the most brilliant tacticians, the wealthiest rulers, all of them had failed. And yet one human remained standing, untouched, undefeated, chosen. Cole, utterly exhausted, ran a hand down his face. So that's it, right? I've won, proven my legendary human endurance, and we can all go home now? Silvara's lips curled into a knowing smirk. Not quite, my chosen. A wave of unease rolled through him. Please tell me you're joking. The royal priestess raised her staff. The next trial shall commence. Cole's entire body slumped. Another one? What, do I have to outthink a sentient chessboard now? The Colosseum roared. No, human. It is a test of seduction. His brain stalled. I'm sorry, what now? Silvara stepped forward, golden eyes glinting. My rejected suitors claim I have chosen you unfairly. She tilted her head, studying him with open amusement. Perhaps they doubt your abilities in other areas. Cole felt every molecule in his body die. Hold on, I didn't sign up for any of this. Does the human accept the challenge? The crowd went wild. Cole looked left. Right. Back at Silvara. Asterisk asterisk. What exactly does this entail? Silvara's smile widened. Simply this, charm me, human. Convince me, beyond any doubt, why you are superior to all others. He stared. You're joking. I never joke about pleasure. His soul tried to escape again. The first challenger stepped forward, a prince whose mere presence made lesser beings swoon. His skin glowed, voice a deep, melodic purr. Oh, Silvara, starlight of my soul! He cooed, his aura pulsing with hypnotic energy. No human can match the intensity of my affection. Let me show you true passion. Silvara waved a hand dismissively. Boring. Next. Cole blinked. That's it. Just next? She yawned. Predictable. Rehearsed. His words lack impact. The next contender approached. This one radiated pheromones strong enough to make an entire species fall in love at once. The air thickened with overwhelming desire. Cole felt nothing. He glanced at Silvara. Is this doing anything for you? She sighed. Nothing at all. The final challenger strutted forward, his muscles rippling, his voice a husky whisper. My queen, allow me to recite the Song of 1,000 Suns, a poem so powerful, entire civilizations have collapsed from the weight of its beauty. Silvara nodded. Proceed. The prince took a deep breath, voice dripping with sensuality. Your beauty is a nebulous embrace, your presence a gravity well of desire. Cole zoned out. He checked his watch, scratched his chin, looked at Silvara, who was already fidgeting. 10 seconds later she yawned. Enough, she said flatly. The prince looked horrified. But the poem isn't even halfway. It is too much. Cole crossed his arms. So it's my turn now? Silvara's eyes gleamed. Impress me. He thought for a second, then, with zero effort, he muttered. Wanna get some food later? The Colosseum fell into absolute silence. Silvara stared. The crowd held its breath. Then she shuddered. The entire arena collapsed into chaos. He did it! No way! So direct! So confident! So unshakable! Cole looked around, baffled. What? That's just a normal. Silvara let out a deep, satisfied sigh. No flowery nonsense. No cheap performances. Just honesty. She turned to the crowd. This is why I have chosen him. Cole dragged a hand over his face. Oh my God! A warrior in the stands broke down sobbing. I spent a century mastering love ballads for nothing? A tentacle-covered diplomat screamed at the sky. We've been doing it wrong this whole time. Silvara leaned in, voice a teasing whisper. So, food then? Cole sighed. I guess I'm not getting out of this, huh? She grinned. Not a chance. The wedding ceremony was already underway. Cole stood at the center of a grand celestial altar, flanked by thousands of alien dignitaries, warriors, and former suitors, all forced to watch as the Queen's final choice became official. The entire galaxy had tuned in. The universe itself was witnessing the impossible. A human had won. Cole's mind was in a blender. He hadn't agreed to anything. He hadn't signed any documents. He definitely hadn't expected an entire intergalactic wedding to be organized within 24 hours. And yet, here he was. Silvara stood before him, radiant, smug, victorious. The royal officiant stepped forward, his robes shimmering with cosmic light. He lifted an ornate staff, and the audience fell silent. By the decree of the Celestial Empress, the human known as Cole shall now perform the final bonding ritual, sealing their eternal union. Cole's soul left his body. Again, ***. Final, what now? Silvara purred. Come now, my chosen. Surely you didn't think this was over? The officiant continued unbothered. The ritual shall commence. The chosen one must now demonstrate his unparalleled ability, before the entire galaxy. Cole felt an existential crisis creeping up. Hold up, what ability are we talking about? Silvara's smirk deepened. The one that made me choose you, of course. His brain stalled. No. No. The officiant clapped his hands. A group of ceremonial attendants stepped forward, carrying a massive golden tray. Atop it sat a wrench. Cole stared at it. Silvara's voice was silk. Show them, my love. Show them what only a human can do. The crowd held its breath. A warlord in the front row gritted his teeth. So this is it. The secret of human dominance. A royal scholar furiously scribbled notes. We must document every movement. A faint whisper spread through the crowd. He's going to do it. The human ritual. The fixing. Cole wanted to scream. Every camera in the galaxy zoomed in. Every dignitary leaned forward. Every suitor who had been rejected clenched their fists. ***. With no way out, Cole sighed, rolled up his sleeves and ***, tightened a bolt. ***. The Colosseum exploded. Magnificent! So efficient! I have never seen such control. Silvara sighed in bliss. Flawless. Cole, dead inside, muttered, This is the stupidest thing I've ever done. A former suitor collapsed to his knees. He's too powerful. We never stood a chance. The royal officiant wiped a tear. It is done. The bond is sealed. The ceremonial gong rang. The galaxy would never recover.